Hey everybody, Ben's here apparently. We're gonna do the new patch 4.1 content. I'll be doing two separate videos for the new dungeon and for the new raid. So let's go ahead and get started. Drowned City of Skalla. No idea what to expect. Get some creation tomes though. Hi Ben. And he jumped up here right as I hit record. So soft and furry. Yes, we love you, Ben. Playing a bit of Final Fantasy XIV in my downtime. Andrew tends to go to bed pretty early. His healer's not going to confirm. Oh, there we go. Right then, I need to say hello. Hellfrog medium. This is our second underwater dungeon, sort of. This is my first time ever doing content on release day, too, so it'll be interesting playing with people who don't know what's up. I don't need to eat any food. Well, I can eat this food they just gave me. Shirasi sushi. I'm gonna use it otherwise. May as well tell them about my wussy foals. There we go. Got them. See how it goes. So far, these are known enemy graphics. I think it's a palette swap on the Sovereigns, but music sounds like another remix of the Stormblood motifs. I'm super duper excited for the Evilise raid. I think it's going to be awesome. Just as they brought in some of the scenario folks from Final Fantasy Tactics in 12. We'll do two groups at a time. We'll step it up. Looks like there's an egg thing we have to pop open here anyway. Should have used Steel Cyclone before I did that, but oh well. I haven't streamed it or recorded it, but I did do some Omega Savage. I did Savage 1 and Savage 2 off stream quite a few times. And they're pretty fun. I can kind of see, it feels like the entire game is balanced really closely around that Savage content and this kind of more casual content like dungeons. Most of the buffs feel sort of pointless. But you have like abilities like Reprisal, you know, that reduce damage dealt by an enemy for 4 seconds. Absolutely useless in basically everything in the game except for Savage content for very specific attacks and abilities. I don't know if I agree with that design philosophy of, you know, building your whole game around the 1% of players that are going to attempt Savage content, but I guess it means that the normal content's going to be much easier to approach. It's not going to be anywhere nearly as tightly tuned as Savage. But the problem therein is still that, like, you end up having all these abilities and skills that just seem really silly outside of the context of Savage, like Reprisal. Now, I saw that ability, I'm like, that seems pointless. Why would I ever put that on my bar? Get Rage back. Holy shit, Steel Cyclone heals a ton now. I know that was in the patch notes, but goddamn. Let's shake it off. I can go ahead and throw on when I have a buff that's about to run out. That's the correct usage. 90 seconds, that's pretty good. Warrior actually has some party utility now. Very exciting. Don't think these are completely new enemy models. Like we've seen the manta rays elsewhere in Stormblood, but it looks like they've been retextured for this dungeon. It's pretty cool. Cool. Alright. Hey, first boss. Kelpie. Oh, I've seen Kelpies in other Final Fantasy. Google it here in a second. I was just walking around. There's red shit on the edges of the arena. Roger. Torpedo. Rising Seas. Try to get upheaval in here before switch back. I think we want to get up in front of it would be my guess, since it's doing a push attack. That was... that was definitely a pull, not a push. Bloody puddles, alright. Don't have them stack. Easy, easy. Okay, some kind of tethers? Hydro pull. Oh, that might be the opposite again, right? Okay, I think I gotta pop the bubbles. Makes sense. I've seen a mechanic like that before, I think, where there's a ball that tethers to you and someone's got to run through and pop them, but it looks like it applies water vuln stack, so you gotta be a little careful. Probably gonna get these again. Maybe not. It might just be that you want to pull the bubbles somewhere so they don't land where they can damage everybody, like what happened there. It's less about popping the bubbles. It didn't look like that actually worked. There's the res. I was about to ask about that. Oops. Okay. Typing and fighting is not good for your health, right? I wonder why the Dragoon released. Maybe you didn't realize we had a red mage. Red Mage just died, I see. Try to finish him off here. Looks like Red Mage is back, so it doesn't have to be me soloing it. That's good. That's right. 315. Okay. Not going to be an upgrade for me at all, but... I am 334. AoE, we gotta burst him quick. Huh. I'm sure someone in Discord will explain the mechanic to me later. I'll fight him again and get it better. Do a bigger pull here in a second. Feedback. Kelpie was in Combat 3. But I didn't pull all of them. And it's a supernatural water horse. I swear I've seen that. Maybe it's in some other MMO. It's from Mythology. Or another Final Fantasy game, or another JRPG. Deedly, 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 deedly. DPS basically immediately, right? Who's not gonna join right in? Oh my god, we're waiting on a DPS for longer than immediately. What is going on in this universe? Oh my god, Steel Cyclone is great now. 2,000 to 3,000 per heal per enemy. I have 70,000 hit points. So if I have 3 enemies, I'm getting like a 10% heal out of that. That's gonna be pretty good for places like Alamigo where you pull a giant group of mobs there at the end. Mega pulls. Now the heal before was kind of pointless. It was like 500 hit points or something per enemy you hit. Excited about the Shake It Off changes. It actually adds a little bit of skill cap finally to Warrior. It wasn't really there before. Don't consume Rampart with Shake It Off. Okay. It's raw intuition that I probably want to burn into a shield. In a lot of cases, I mean, sometimes it's useful. Hey, bending earring. I can desynth that. Great. I'll level up my goldsmithing desynth. Sentinels. Some of these guys hit really hard. I don't know which one it is though. Guessing there's gonna be a boss right after this group right here. We got another red mage. Where's all that party damage coming from is the question then. Don't think they're doing, there's some enemies in like Doma Castle that just do raid damage that aren't bosses. It's got to be avoidable. They must just be standing in the gunk. Fun. Okay, no, there's more ads back here. I like the aesthetic of this dungeon. It's cool looking. Should get stun back on my bar. Got reprisal on, which is pointless at the moment. Probably shouldn't have used Unchained there. I'm guessing the boss is right behind this door. Still supplying materia into the system with this dungeon. It's nice. Actually a really interesting economic effort, right? Like Final Fantasy 14, you don't really think about making a lot of decisions to benefit its economy. It's not like Guild Wars 2 that has an economist on staff, you know, and has a bunch of features in game like the Mystic Forge to support the economy, but introducing a drop rate for 5 and 6 materia in dungeons and then like offering crack clusters to control. I guess that's the only market that really matters to the majority of players, right? You can pretty much ignore the Final Fantasy 14 economy outside of materia, and then even materia doesn't really matter. Oh, this guy looks cool. I don't recognize him though. Give it a try. Unchain back up. Doing a release. Oh, that's cool. Little tethers that move around. Interesting. Guessing let's just kill the ads. Order to self-destruct. Ah, it's gonna blow up wherever it is. That's cool. But it died in time. Awesome. Okay, so like, if all of them are up, you're totally dead. But if you don't have enough DPS to kill all of them, you just don't want to stand next to the remaining one. I think I understand. That's cute. Interesting thing about Final Fantasy XIV is they like to take classic Final Fantasy ability names like Mystic Light and then have multiple different enemies who use those abilities, but have them do totally different things. What? Shatterstone. That's cool. Right on. Turn me into a... those little bunny guys. Like the way the old one talks to. Okay, I'm gonna get my rage back up and we'll do a Fell Cleave rotation. I'm really bad at the actual intended warrior rotation for raiding. Like you're supposed to, oh shit, time that really badly and then transform me. Crap. Oh, I can be evil bunny. Holy shit. This is a good fight. Let's see. They're moving in different directions. I get it. That's cute. This is a good fight because it teaches you the mechanic early on, right? And then it makes it more complicated as the fight goes on. First you kill them yourself just by DPSing them down, and then it transforms you. Cute, cute, cute. Neat. Alright, roger, roger. Spriggans, that's what they're called. I'm sitting there trying to remember. So not what I would imagine Spriggans to look like from other games. Man, decent this thing. 70%. Nice. Alright. I don't know, that's actually not great. 5,000 heal. I totally recommend leveling up your desynth for goldsmithing. Like, so many accessories drop in these dungeons. It's just free money. Hey, I like when they're doing a lot of cool retexturing work in Stormblood, I feel like. So that's the Mama Bomb enemy, but it's been really retextured, so it looks super different. You can get a lot of value out of your existing models. It's better than just, what's the word, palette swapping them too. Palette swapping can be kind of lazy. Seeing the light elementals in that one hard mode Amdapur or something. These guys were in Final Fantasy XI. These are the dark elementals, which I don't know if we've seen before this. I'm gonna be bad in desynth mid-combat. Oh, it's Leatherworker. Nah, that's a bummer. Alright. They do that sometimes. I got Carpenter up as well, which has kind of been a mistake. What? That's pretty awesome. Nice. Okay, and then it drops the transform and you get through the wall there. Gotcha. Try to shake it off that guy. Overpower did not go through or something. I don't know what I did wrong. It is a cool dungeon so far, though. I like it. Turning a little spooky ghost across a gap. I was not expecting that. I thought I was going to add like a staircase or something after we killed the ads. Very cute. Excuse you. Maybe I'll remember to take... I guess I should take Shirk off, not Reprisal. Reprisal I might actually use. Oh shit, they changed that. Right on. Shirk. Shirk. Oh, because I'm a fucking ghost. Okay, fine. Yes, yes. Stop back. Hey man, I'm lucking out today. Alright, one of these guys. Cute. Go. Hey, it's a little baby version of the boss we just fought. These guys are baby versions of the level 61 dungeon boss. I think it is correct, if you're not actually expecting to get any value out of raw intuition, to burn it for Shake It Off. I have to play around with that in 01S and 02S. See if I end up wanting to do the Royal Menagerie Extreme. That might be a little bit too frustrating. They said it's about slightly more difficult than 02S. I have no interest in attempting 03S. It's just... it's too tightly tuned with too many mechanics for me to want to bash my head against the wall pugging it. If I had a 8-man static, maybe. Or if it was slightly less aggressively tuned. I mean, I guess that gear has made it a little bit more reasonable, but 1 and 2 feel just right to me. 2 is interesting because it's like everything is 100% scripted. You know exactly what's going to happen. The only thing that has any randomness is the placement of epicenter. Alright, get new boss music. Whoa. Oh, cool. Roger, roger. What do we got here? Herodric Poison Tongue. Alright. I don't know what that is. He's a cool looking boss though. He's really tall for a regular dungeon boss. Raises his claws. Oh, I bet this is, I bet it's like coin counter. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh. Look away, shit. I think I did it in time, alright. It's cute. Oh, that thing it's from Lakshmi, isn't it? Looks like it. Ga ha 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 ha. Alright, that's a beam in front of his face. That's what that is. That's cool. Ha. Yay, stacking mechanics. It's fun. Or, you know, 2 mechanics on top of each other, not a stacking mechanic. This is a really cool fight. There it is. This shit. Guy, to my knowledge, is not a classic Final Fantasy enemy. I think that's get away from the front of him. Yeah, okay. Roger, it is coin counter. I do think the dungeon tuning in this game is a little too easy. Like, we could basically ignore all these mechanics and be fine, like we did with the first boss, Kelpie. Just out-healed everything. Now Clauses get behind him. Oh, he was confused by something. Interesting. I didn't see what caused confusion. Tail, get in front of him. Get tail swiped. And they got tail swiped. That's okay. So balls don't seem to do anything particularly crazy. Alright, Gahaha is look out for his laser. But he only did it once, interesting. I feel like we have really shitty DPS. Some of the longest dungeon bosses I've ever done. They're definitely not getting the tail swipe thing. Oh well. 2 vuln stacks. Not great for him. Looks like that is on like a 60-second cooldown. Maybe get behind him. Satan. Fell Cleaves in there. Wait, oh, Eye of the Fire, I think, was what was confusing both of them. Oh my god. Claw. That's cool. I guess, though, maybe what I would like would be to have like an actual just statistical hard mode version of dungeons. And I really appreciate the Final Fantasy XIV's hard mode dungeons are completely different. They just use the same map and some of the same assets. But I think this difficulty is probably right for just random pugging, and it would be nice to have just a one step up from that. That's the same dungeon, just a little bit more aggressively tuned, you know. Alright, some 50 creation. Interesting. That's a cool dungeon. Alright, so there'll be another one of these soon for the Evil East raid. Thanks, everybody. See you around.